Hey everyone, today we will make a beautiful chicken thigh dish with couscous, mushrooms and white wine sauce with lemon and butter. So, this video is a part of a series of videos on how to break the whole chicken to different parts and use them for different recipes. If you weren't here the last time, make sure to check the other videos that are on the channel on how to make different type of stocks, chicken soup and even salad with the chicken. But for this video, we're focusing on the thighs. And for this video, we're going to use white chicken stock that we made in the previous video. If you again weren't here last time, make sure to check the video from the previous recipe, or if you want, you can use just hot water for the couscous. But in my opinion, the chicken stock with the couscous elevates the dish. So I think you should put a little bit of effort and make a nice chicken stock and make for it couscous, because we are using instant couscous to make it a little bit faster and easy. So we want to give it a really nice flavor to the couscous. We will warm up the chicken stock. Now we're going to marinate the couscous. It's going to be very simple: olive oil and salt. For this video, we are using again instant couscous, so we don't actually need to cook it over the stove, over steam bath and all of this stuff. Just pour the hot liquid on it, cover it with the plastic wrap, let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes and the couscous is ready. That's it. So I'm using salt to give the saltiness and olive oil a little bit for the flavor and also as a seasoning. Beautiful. We really want to put nice amount of olive oil. Mix it with a fork, very nice, until you see that the whole couscous is covered with the oil, because the couscous itself sometimes it's dry, and when the stock is hot, pour it on top of the couscous, cover with a plastic wrap or with a lid that's going to cover it really nice and tight, and let the steam and the hot stock cook the couscous for 10 to 15 minutes. Meantime, we are waiting for the couscous to cook. We're going to work a little bit on the mushrooms and start roasting them and the chicken, building the sauce, putting them into the oven. Take your mushrooms and cut the base of the mushroom that it's not eatable and break the mushrooms. If you have big mushrooms, you can cut them in half. Now we have our mushroom already cut, and now we're going to marinate the chicken second time. First time when I'm marinating the chicken, I'm marinating it usually in a brine, which is water with spices and herbs, and I'm letting it marinate overnight. This allows the chicken not to go dry in the process of cooking and keeping the moisture inside the chicken. So, if you want the recipe for the brine, it's going to be in the description below with all the other ingredients and the method of cooking, so make sure to check it. Or if you want the video version of the brine, you can go on the previous video where I'm making the stock, and I'm already marinating all the parts of the chicken for the next videos. You can see actually how I'm marinating the chicken, and after that, if you want, you can freeze it or start using it for your recipes. So for the marinade that we're going to marinate now, it's actually going to give flavor to the chicken. And we're going to make it with the oil of the marinated garlic that you can find also on the channel, salt, pepper, cumin and lemon zest. Now our chicken is marinated, and usually I'm giving the meat and the spices time to do the thing, you know, give it like half an hour to marinate, sit and flavor itself. So we're going to build the dish mostly in one pan. From the pan we're going to put it in a tray, and after that put it in the oven, let it finish baking in the oven for 10-15 minutes and serve. The couscous is almost done. I'm doing everything on medium-high heat because, in my opinion, when you're working with thick pieces, especially with the bone, you really want to give it time. And also, we have the fat here. We really want to render the fat. Now we're going to add the mushroom to the same pan because, again, we have all the fat and the nice flavors inside the pan. I'm doing everything on the same heat. Salt, pepper. Beautiful. Allow the mushroom a little bit to roast, then add them to the chicken and we're going to start working on the sauce. For the sauce, I'm going to give you a small hack that we're going to make. We have the butter here. We're going to take a small cube and we're going to mix it with a little bit flour. Let the mushroom sit around the chicken, not on top because we don't want to make the crispy skin not crispy anymore. In the same pan where we roast the chicken and the mushroom, we're going to build the sauce now. And we're going to start with our chicken stock. Now we're going to add the wine. And we're going to add 2-3 cloves of the marinated garlic. We're going to allow it to reduce at least in half. When the stock is nicely reduced, we're going to add a little bit lemon juice and all the butter. Now we're going to add the flour and the butter that we mixed before, and this is to thicken actually the sauce and help it not to break in the process of baking, because usually when you're working with the stocks and sauces with a lot of butter in it and you not stir it consistently, the sauce can break. And we're not going to stir the sauce in the pan with the chicken and everything, so we don't want it actually to break. So we're going to add cold roux. It's actually cold roux, because usually when you're making sauces you can make blonde roux, brown roux or white roux. It depends on how long you're toasting the flour, and it helps to thicken sauces. But when you want to actually add a little bit thicken agent to the sauce, but not at the beginning, and a little bit let the flavor to develop, you can mix it with the fat and add it in the end. This way it's going to continue thickening in the oven. And for the people who have a gluten allergy, you can substitute the flour with the cornstarch, or even better, potato starch. This is my favorite. I really like it because it's really keeping the end result almost like you ate the flour. Beautiful. In the moment when the butter is melted, you already can see that the sauce is already thickened and it's very nice. We're going to pour it on the chicken and put it into the oven that we already preheated to 180 degrees Celsius or 360 Fahrenheit for about 10 to 15 minutes. In the meantime, we are waiting for the chicken to cook. Let's check on the couscous and chop a little bit parsley, mix them together, make it nice. Beautiful. And this is how you make beautiful chicken thighs with couscous, mushrooms and white wine sauce with butter and lemon. Usually when I'm serving this dish, I'm keeping the couscous apart from the chicken with the sauce and the mushroom, and letting the guests actually decide how much of the sauce and the mushroom they want. Because some people prefer their couscous a little bit more wet, some people prefer it a little bit less. In this option, you're letting them to decide. So let me know how you like your couscous and what you think about this dish in the comments below. Give this recipe a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Andrei and this is ThinkOFood.